Hey guys, it's Austin. Welcome to your third Roblox Slow Filtering Enabled tutorial. So, I have a few things to talk about before we get started. I meant to upload this video like a week ago, but then I had an accident where I was taking out the trash and I tripped and it fell on me and I hurt my thumb pretty bad. Couldn't type for a while, but I'm good now. And yeah, hopefully videos are gonna get more up to speed, but I also started school a little over 2 weeks ago, so that's gonna slow me down as well. But I'm gonna do the best I can to plan videos for you guys and get more filtering enabled content out there because people need more of it. Thirdly, you'll notice that unlike in my other videos, there's nothing over here. That's because I cleared my old filtering enabled tutorial place that I had saved, and I'm starting over in a new one also named FE_tutorials because, wait, someone just texted me. New activity on a video, cool. Because, what was I saying? Yeah, clear all this out just for this video because I'm going to show you guys how I personally set up for filtering enabled. So let's get right into that. Okay, so since our remote events and remote functions have to be accessible by both the client and the server, what place is good for that, guys? Insert Jeopardy music here. Usually people either use workspace or replicated storage for what we're about to do. Personally, I like replicated storage. I just don't like using workspace for things. That seems really 2011-esque to me. So we're going to make a folder in replicated storage. I like to call it network folder. And that's where we're going to keep all our remote events and remote functions. If you guys don't like that, you can use workspace or, well, really just workspace or replicated storage because the events and functions need to be accessible by both the client and the server. So that's what we're going to do there. I'm going to make a remote event. I'm not going to use remote function yet. Well, yeah, I am. And then we're gonna have one script in server script sort service, and I'm gonna call it network server. Dog, quiet. Yeah, and this is where most of our network stuff is gonna be processed. For example, if we had a text button that when we clicked it, it teleported us to another game place with teleport service, that would happen right here. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. Local network, local replicated storage equals game, get service, replicated storage, we're going to make variables. Local network folder equals replicated storage, wait for child, network folder, local, call it RE, we'll just call this RF. RE equals network folder, wait for child, RE, local RF, equals network folder, wait for child, RF. So, I think I mentioned before that there are a couple different ways you can set up your remote events and remote functions. You can use for example, several remote functions to do different things, or you can use one to do multiple things, and you can just pass in an argument or a parameter to define what you want it to do. And I think that's how I'm gonna do here. Some people say that having multiple ones is better for security because exploiters will have a harder time guessing how to use them. I don't know, but I think this is a pretty effective way in itself, I guess, and this is for learning purposes anyway. Although my job is to teach you guys the right way, but I think this will work pretty well for our purposes especially. So re.onServer event connect function player request data function rf.onServer invoke connect function player request data. So, oops. Oh, well, I'm stupid. I just did that like an event. Okay, there we go. So I have our variables up here. This is where we'll have our services, and this is going to be our remote event and remote functions, and we'll add in whatever variables we may need to later on. So this is going to be the event for our remote event and the function for our remote function. And we're going to, when we fire an event or invoke a function, we're going to pass in requests to tell it what we need it to do. For example, if request equals teleport, then do stuff, else if request equals GUI, then do other stuff. If you wanted to teleport a GUI to your player GUI. That's not really a good example, but you guys get the point, I think. And same thing goes for here. And then the data argument is just going to be whatever additional data we need to pass, and we're going to pass that in the form of a table so that we can have as many arguments as we want inside of that table, so we'll know what to access, you know. So I don't know, I think that's gonna be it for now. Another tip, in your GUIs, screen GUI, frame, text button. Let's just say you have a bunch of different GUI elements inside of a single screen GUI here. More good practice is to have usually just have one local script to do all of its functions, and that way it's also easier, just like having one central server script to handle a lot of your remote event and remote function processing stuff. It's also kind of easy to have a single local script to handle most of that stuff. So yeah, it doesn't even have to do with GUIs, just whatever you need to do when you need to fire a client. Yeah, could have a local script named client processor or something there. I don't know, I've never done that, never really found the need to, but I do that a lot with, well, actually no, I have found use to that. So yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna Control S to save. If you guys have anything you want to see me make in FilteringEnabled, we're gonna be doing a lot of practice here, gonna make a lot of stuff. I'm gonna show you guys how it's done, and it's all gonna be done in this file from now on. So I will see you guys next time.